Okay, so my name is Anarit, and we did our presentation on the chemistry of painkillers.
My name is Prof. Simran.
Okay, so some examples of painkillers include codeine, morphine, hydrocodone, and some common examples include ibuprofen, acetaminophen, and I've also included the chemical formulas of all the painkillers. So codeine is commonly used in tablet form, and it's used to relieve mild to moderately severe pain. Codeine increases tolerance to pain, and it reduces discomfort. Codeine causes drowsiness, sedation, and respiratory depression. Respiratory depression is it's a breathing disorder characterized by slow and ineffective breathing. Codeine suppresses the cough reflex through a direct effect on the cough center in the medulla. Codeine is absorbed from the GI tract, and 90% of the total dose is excreted by the kidneys. Codeine is similar to morphine, and its pain relieving ability is significantly less and is able to cause addiction. And I've also included the chemical structure of codeine.
So codeine abuse is most common amongst youth and women. According to the data source from CT School Health Survey, in 2013, the prevalence of having ever taken prescription drugs to get high is significantly higher among students in grade 12, about 17.5%, then in grade 9, 6.8%, and then grade 10, which is 9.1%. And we have to keep in mind that these are high school students who are still in their development phase. And adding on, according to the data from Connecticut State website, 11.1% of students had taken prescription drugs, such as codeine and Ritalin, without a doctor's prescription to get high one or more time during their life. And so students are getting these drugs illegally through friends or family, and it's getting really difficult to take care of our youth group. And in an attempt to get high, liquid codeine gets mixed with several beverages such as juices, sodas, alcohol, and in pill form, codeine is typically consumed or crushed and snorted, but regardless of how it's indigested, each of these elements contribute to the emergence of the addiction. And overall, codeine abuse is common as it generates a rush of dopamine in the brain, which makes it highly addictive.
Okay, so the chemical process of codeine is that it is made in a semi-synthetic manner from morphine by selective methylation of the aromatic hydroxyl group on C3. Codeine is made by the methylation of the phenolic OH group, leaving the OH group in the other ring unaffected. Codeine is present in opium poppy, and it can also be made from the bane.
So acetaminophen, commonly known as Tylenol, is a non-prescription analgesic and antipyrectic medication for mild to moderate levels of pain and fever. And it's administered orally or absorbed from the GI tract, and it's uniformly distributed into most body tissues. Approximately 25% of acetaminophen in blood is bound to plasma protein. And we have the chemical structure of acetaminophen here. So the chemical process of acetaminophen is that it's produced by acetylation of 4-aminophenol, which is achieved with acetic acid and acetic anhydride at 80 degrees Celsius with acetic anhydride and pyridine at 100 degrees Celsius with acetic chloride and pyridine intolerance at 60 degrees Celsius. And below we have the structure of the skeleton of acetaminophen.
Okay, so acetaminophen is not an addictive painkiller, but it does contain an active ingredient like many other painkillers do, such as Vicodin and Percocet. And these active ingredients are abused to get intoxicated. And over 60,000 people overdose on acetaminophen each year and die from liver failure caused by the substance abuse. And acetaminophen can become very toxic if overdosed on. And to survive from this, they must be taken into emergency care within 1 hour of ingestion and given antidotal therapy. And okay, morphine is a natural plant alkaloid that is found in opium and is found to have analgesic effects and side effects. Morphine directly acts on the central nervous system, which then relieves pain. Morphine is used to treat extreme, moderate, or severe chronic pain. It's also used to treat post-surgery pain, cancer-related treatment, and it's provided during shortness of breath at the end of a patient's life.
So the chemical process of morphine is that it's naturally derived from Papaver somniferum, known as the poppy plant, where a white crystalline compound is found, and we have the process of diamorphine here. And this is the description of how we get this compound to form. So white, fine, odorless crystals or powders or cubical masses loses some water at ordinary temperature, about 3 hydrogens and 2 oxygens, 7.1% at 100 degrees Celsius, and the remainder at 130 degrees Celsius, and discolors on exposure to light, and the pH is about 4.8.
So morphine can either be taken in tablet form, syrup, or injection. So morphine is named after the Greek god of dreams, Morpheus, and it is extremely addictive as it provides an extreme sense of euphoria. It has been regulated to have the sign to say abuse deterrent coating and to prevent it from being crushed, snorted, or injected. And morphine is highly addictive, and tolerance for the substance can be built up at a very alarming rate.
So abusing codeine, acetaminophen, or morphine leads to tolerance and toxicity, especially if it's used for a long period of time. And like all opioids and how they're extremely addictive, abuse of these painkillers can lead to tolerance, dependency, addiction, and liver failure. And when a person develops a tolerance to these painkillers, to achieve the same benefit as the previous dose, they will need to take a larger amount to feel the same high and effect as they previously did. And prolonged abuse of these substances can lead to serious health complications that may be irreversible.
So the first step to get treatment against substance abuse is to identify the substances being abused. And it's also important for you to seek professional help and or behavioral counseling, medication, or medical devices to help treat withdrawal symptoms and getting professional mental health help. and this is our works cited. Thank you.
Thank you.